Happy Friday, sweethearts. How y'all doing? It's it's a beautiful morning. It's magical. Leading us, we're really feeling the eclipse energies right now, and it's wave after wave after wave, and and this is going to continue. Anything to do with an eclipse is it eclipses things out of our lives. And full moons are moons of harvest. And how you doing, Sarah, Linda? Big hugs and blessings, sweethearts. And so if it may seem like we're going through roller coasters, we really are. We're releasing the carbon-based density. This lunar eclipse is significant. How you doing, Joelle? Big hugs and blessings, beautiful. Phaedra, how you doing, Phaedra? Jamie, I love you guys, Ellen. And so many of us are really, how you doing, Jeffrey, Stacy? Big hugs and blessings, sweethearts. Many of us are really feeling this roller coaster of emotions and these waves after waves after waves. This is the eclipse energies that we're already tapping into. And you know, I love you guys. Thank you for all the love and prayers. The other day was really a huge day of purging for myself, and so I understand what we're all going through. How you doing, Theodore, Melissa? Big hugs and blessings. And so you're going through these periods of bliss again, up and down, up and down, up and down, and really just allow yourselves to be present to get through it. And again, guys, this is all about trust, distrust, really where, and this eclipse is really going to bring us a lot of beautiful energies. Whenever a tower falls, whenever we empty our cup, whenever we finally give ourselves permission to truly let go of the past and its hurts and its pains and really just focus on right now, you're going to really find that this eclipse will propel you forward in many, many ways. Now, depending on where your planets are in your natal chart is really going to affect many of us. For me, I'm getting a double whammy. In Western astrology, I have a sun in Aquarius at 12 degrees, and in Leo, I have, of course, my moon, or in Vedic astrology, Capricorn in Cancer, and at 11 degrees is my moon, which is where this lunar eclipse in Western astrology is occurring. And so I'm getting a double whammy, and what that's doing is it literally is taking everything that is not full of our own light and really illuminating it for us to let it go. So as this roller coaster to freedom continues, because that's really what it is, Stacy, wow, it's been crazy, and really it's that illusion of those veils falling away on the physical plane of existence for each of us. And it truly is a beautiful thing, sweethearts. Yes, it's, I haven't bawled like that, oh my goodness, in a long time. I'm not one to really cry, but I'm really finding that my emotions are really balancing now. And Phaedra, the lunar eclipse is occurring in Leo in the Western astrology. However, Western astrology is not accurate. Vedic astrology is your more accurate astrology if you go by that. And truly, the moon is in Cancer. And Cancer and the moon both are all about emotions. That which is unconscious, that which is hidden, and that truly is what is really coming up. And if you can, look at, you always hear me say it's our inner child, and our inner child is Gaia, that we're conduits. Now, it's really helpful to understand that the inner child is also our mind, if you will. And so right now, as that false masculine energy, that program is released, um, that's why it is necessary for us to really allow our hearts to override our minds, allow our inner intuition to guide us, because really our inner child is our mind, and our inner child is Gaia. We're conduits, and we're releasing these memories, cellular memories, and so, you know, Gaia is an earth. She's the earth. She is a starship, and so her mind is your mind, if you will. And so, as you overwrite the mind right now, that's the emotions coming up: the anger, the pain, the hurt, the betrayal, the rejection. You know, that is what is really going to is occurring, and it's occurring in waves. One minute we're emotional, the next we are very blissful. Richard, he's feeling amazing. That's great. I am too today. I'm in a very, really calm, peaceful, really very harmonious space this morning. And as we get closer to this eclipse, these waves are going to continue up and down, up and down. And it's, you know, salt baths help, drinking extra citrus water with orange or lemon or lime in it, grapefruit, you know, salt baths, you know, grounding is so necessary right now. And as this cooling continues, you know, even if you have to bundle up and can hug a tree and tell the tree your emotions, you know, what you're feeling, that will help, that will assist. And, you know, we got this, you guys, hand in hand, sweethearts, we got this. I mean, right now it's, and again, this eclipse is going to eclipse what I'm going to call fate completions, if you will. And this eclipse is really going to bring in a lot of, again, with Leo in the North Node, that's about, you know, gaining the harvest. A full moon is harvest, gaining that harvest of what you have worked on, worked for, worked towards for especially the past 6 months. And so right now, literally, we're just being asked to truly forgive and allow grace and forgiveness to be to those hurts, to that anger, to that pain, that betrayal, that rejection, that all of these thoughts and the mind programming that has been disintegrated is now presenting and leaving itself. And so if we can really just be present, allow your vessel to feel it. This is that full merging of the right and left brain, that your consciousness with your personality, if you will, and or what some will label, define as enlightenment with this eclipse, if you will. And so this is really a beautiful time. The more we can release and let go of, you know, we're at our liberation right now, sweethearts, and that's what this lunar eclipse is all about. This, you know, the blue moon, the blood moon, total lunar eclipse is truly all about our liberation. And you will find that as it eclipses and the towers crumble, that which you've been creating and building within on that safe, secure foundation of love is really going to present itself after we empty the last of these cups, if you will, of this carbon-based density. And that's it. That's truly, truly magical. And so even though it may be like a truly intense emotional roller coaster, the more we can keep ourselves grounded, the more we are liberating ourselves as we go into this eclipse. And this is truly beautiful. In my meditation, day before yesterday, I think it was, I was showing where the 144,000 light workers and tribes all lined up hand in hand, and we literally propelled us straight into the Golden City. Now, for me, that means many different layers of information for myself. And liberation is here. Everything is showing us it's here on the outside as much as it is within. And love truly is self-care, and self-love really is the focus right now as much as possible. Really not allowing ourselves to really fall back into those patterns of reactivity on what we're seeing on social media, what we're seeing in the outside world, really to just forgive it as it morphs and transforms. And so, no, these emotions really are just overwrite your mind with your hearts, sweet ones. Just imagine your inner child is your mind, and your mind, as it's losing itself and anchoring into its true higher mind harmonics, really just needs your love, needs your reassurance, needs your trust, needs your faith as your consciousness merges with your personality of form, as you continue to crystalline our light bodies into the electromagnetic and geomagnetic fields of this planet, our divine source. And that's truly a beautiful, magical thing. I can confirm my experience of what you say. We are joined right on. Amen, beautiful. Be in joy. Absolutely. It's truly a time of celebration. Your dream times are showing you that. Your meditations are showing you that. You're coming into more gifts that are activated now. You're actually seeing. Many of you are actually able to see beyond the physical, see beyond without having to go into meditation, without having to. You're finding that life is becoming more and more, the more you detach from the past, the baggage, the memories in your cellular memories, or the hurts and pains, everything that's coming up, the more you're finding yourselves in that space of being able to see and hear beyond without having to go in meditation. You're able to see where even though you're looking out the window and the physical world dictates that there is a road, a car, and a forest of trees across the road, you're able to see the ocean, or you're able to see you or others, and that's what I mean by seeing. You're able to see more and more the ships as disclosure, the higher in frequency we evolve ourselves to, and the more we anchor into the New Jerusalem frequencies, the more you're able to see through, if you will. And I love you guys. Big hugs and blessings. And so, even though you're on an emotional roller coaster like we were back in August at the other eclipse, it really truly is eclipsing that which is no longer for our highest good, that which is no longer part of the higher harmonics of the New Jerusalem, and truly it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now we all are, in our own way, however, it is for our soul's growth. We are all truly seeing where all of the timelines really are in the present moment, and you're finding yourself able to master your mind, if you will, even though the thoughts of emotions and hurt and blame and judgment, this, that, and the other come up, and distrust and the physical world is presenting that to us. It truly is just giving us opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to truly let the past go and no longer allow that old hurt and memories of hurt and pain and anger to dictate our emotions anymore, to dictate our personality, to dictate and control us in any way, shape, or form. You're finding that thoughts of lack, of struggle, of not having enough is changing. You're discovering that they pop up, but now, whereas before you would get caught up in dwelling in them, now you're finding yourself able to come out and to be distracted. Something will occur, or you'll hear a noise or something that distracts you from those thoughts, and then they leave. This is all part of the new harmonics. This is all part of that new harmonics. And so it's really truly beautiful, and the more we can focus on those, the magic, and many of you that have come to me and messaged that we've been working through some things together, many of you are saying, it feels like I'm watching myself, that I'm watching these emotions when I come up, but yet I'm kind of separated from them, and but my physical vessel reacts or this or that. The higher you rise in consciousness, in frequency, you leave that duality and come into contrast. And this is where you come into unity. You come into that oneness. But yet it seems like you have a split consciousness. And, and that in it of itself will create confusion at times for some of you. You hear me say many times, okay, Michael, give me the right words here. And to some that means you're separated, but you come into that split consciousness in the sense of you're able to be the observer and the observed. You're able to see through, instead of just your human personality lens of your vessel, you're able to see yourself in all others. You're able to see and feel and hear through different lenses, if you will. And that's that split consciousness, but yet that oneness, if that makes sense. And that is a truly, truly beautiful ability that has been activated in all of us. And in the new harmonic frequencies that the earth has moved into. And that's right, Andres. No matter how troubled it has been, humanity's childhood is over. Our choice is to enter cosmic adulthood or perish. And sweet ones, we wouldn't be in each other's observance right now and presence if we were perishing. Simple as that. If you had not ascended, and yes, you have ascended, we all have, and that is what is the physical outside world is morphing to. And if you were going to perish, you would know. And so you've already ascended, and that's where you're also, we all are finding it more graceful and gentle and easier to, again, stay more in that focus. And the more you can stay in that present moment, the more truly you can really see the gifts and the abilities that have been activated. If you're at work on this, in the human aspect, if you're at work and it's a long day and you're bored or you're having trouble focusing or whatever, you're in a space now. The ability has been activated in all of us. And I think I've mentioned this before in a couple of videos. You can literally say self take me to the ocean. And you may or may not, depending on your frequency, if you are aware of this particular gift, again, you will be able to see the ocean, you will be able to hear it, you will be able to feel it, but yet you are at work in the physical and still able to concentrate. Again, that is the different dimensional aspects of yourself that have all blended as you continue to harmonize and balance the right and left brain in the physical vessel, to merging of your anchoring of your light body and engaging your light body, or merging your consciousness, your fifth dimensional consciousness, with your personality. And so that too, is a tool that you can use, sweethearts, if you're finding yourself emotional, or you're becoming agitated, or you find yourself worrying, or this, that, or the other. That is another tool that has been activated that you can use. It is my birthday during this time. I feel blessed. Happy birthday, Jeffrey. My birthday is February 1st. So, right in the midst of this 24-hour period of this lunar eclipse. So I'm right there with you. It's really going to affect us in a great way, Jeffrey. So no, I'm holding your hand through it. So be prepared for your life to change, Jeffrey. All of our lives are going to change in the most beautiful, magical, significant way. And absolutely, Andreas, taking back our control. And that's the journey has been about self-reliance and self-responsibility and truly taking that back, and it doesn't have to be challenging. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be, lesson after lesson after lesson. We've really moved out of those harmonic frequencies, and we've really moved into peace, joy, love, abundance, prosperity, blissfulness. And all the work we've done within, truly, sweethearts, is morphing the outside, and we just have to really emotionally detach from the outside as it morphs and let it morph. And this is really beautiful. So we're there, this is our liberation, and the more we can really just overwrite our minds, our inner child, Gaia, with our hearts in love, the more rapidly we will transform this outside physical plane of existence. And we're doing that together. So the more we can, we can't tell each other what to do, but we sure can be the support for each other and encourage each other and be there and share that we got this. And literally, it is us hand in hand. We're not codependent on each other, but we are interdependent on each other. And so it truly, we are the ones manning this new Jerusalem, these new harmonics, these new light waves, and the more we can master our mastery of that peace and love and acceptance and forgiveness, the more we're going to radiate this ship, and the more we're going to radiate this earth. Let there be light, and we are that light. So, I love you, sweet ones. Jeffrey, why do I feel that the middle of me is missing from my waistline to my heart? Well, I haven't quite heard it put like that. I can see that, how you would feel that. Thank you for that different lens, Jeffrey. The more we open our hearts, the more we allow ourselves to become transparent, the more of the hurt, the pain, the cellular memories that we release. That's the carbon-based density. The only darkness that exists is the darkness in our hearts, the walls that we put up, the chains that we bound it with, the chambers that we hid ghosts in shame and guilt and skeletons in, And the more we face those and we release those cellular hurts, memories of hurts and wounds and abuse and betrayal and distrust and rejection and abandonment, And the more we release that, the more light we anchor in our hearts. Well, light expands. All darkness is condensed light, lack of information. And so the more light we hold within our heart has to expand, which that's why it feels like sometimes you can't breathe. Sometimes it feels like you're having a heart attack. Well, your heart is getting bigger, if you will. When it was all bound up, it was small. And so your chest cavities, and so where you're saying that separation, if you will, we're turning into our light bodies, Jeffrey. And in other words, our vessels are becoming transparent. We're going to be able to see through each other, if you will. That's that sight that's been activated. And so where you say it feels like part of you is missing, well, we're releasing carbon-based density. Does that make sense, Jeffrey? That your skin you can hold your skin up, you can see through your skin, your muscles, your bones, everything is being crystalline, and when it's crystalline, it's transparent. It's like glass. You can see through it. So, where it feels like part of you is missing, it's not really missing, you're activating the superpower of invisibility, if you will, if that makes sense. We are what we eat in all ways. We are what we eat. We are what we feel. We are what we think. And absolutely the answer's within. And we've moved into the harmonic frequencies, sweethearts, where we don't have problems. We don't have illnesses. We are perfect health. We are perfect everything. We're holy. We're pure. We're whole. So that's the harmonic frequency, the planet in and of itself, the collective consciousness, everything is at. So there is no more lessons. There is no more problems. There is no more disease. Those are memory imprints. Those are beliefs. Those are taught things. And yes, I understand that the physical presentation still presents that. But that's what we're morphing. That's what we're transforming. And the more every time that is presented to us, I'm not saying don't get medical advice. If you need it, by all means, listen to yourself. However, also know that you have the ability right now to, if a doctor tells you that you have cancer or this, that, and the other, you do have the ability to go within and discover the emotional wound that has created this disease or this illness, and you are fully activated and have the power within you right now to heal anything in your vessel. We have moved into those harmonic frequencies. Now, the more you practice healing, speaking to your vessel, your cells, rub physically, say out loud, and rub your vessel, rub your belly if it's your spleen or your liver or whatever may be the case. You have the ability to activate, the healing crystals within your palms and literally heal yourself now. And the more you come into that understanding, that awareness, you practice your abilities, the more you will increase the power of it. Absolutely, power of mind. Jeffrey, I don't trust doctors. You know, that's a space we all go through, sweethearts, and that's okay that you don't trust doctors now, but you're finding as we continue to morph the outside physical world, sweethearts, you're finding even the medical profession is morphing. Even the government is morphing. You know, the dark has been taken off of this starship. Now it's just a matter of energetically clearing it off, if you will. And so, again, as we transform, when these things are occurring, when these things are happening, if we can really just visualize what appears to be lower distorted energies, observations, yada, 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 just visualize them with light, it will transform it much quicker. We are in the harmonics where we have that power right now. So, again, that ties into the old masculine subliminal programming that has been disintegrated collectively and now the planetarily, and now the collective, and we are transmuting that and transforming that, Jeffrey. So that again ties into that core imprint of trust and distrust. And this is where we really have to trust in the fact, in the knowing, in what spirit has guided us. Yes, we've ascended. So if we have ascended ethically, energetically, planetarily, now of course the outside world has to transform and morph for that. And even though it is showing us chaos, turbulence, yada, 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 trust, we have to trust in the fact that we've ascended and we know that everything is perfect, that we know that the doctors and the corruption and everything is no longer in those harmonic frequencies, and that is what is falling away. And this eclipse again is going to affect that greatly. And it's truly beautiful. So again, you know, if we can keep it in the knowing, in the present moment, we know what is occurring. We know that we are morphing. So really try and allow, sweetheart, that distrust to go and focus on the medical profession and doctors morphing into a higher frequency with us, with the highest good of their intentions to be for mankind and Gaia. And you will watch that will morph and transform as well, the more we focus on that being transformed versus how it used to be. Because remember, that's that frequencies and timelines and dimensional harmonics that's fallen away from us. That's our mind, that the memories and everything else of that old 3D grid. And the new harmonics of the 5D grid is all about trust. It's all about love. It's all about harmony and peace. So really, truly, just forgive them, Jeffrey, if you can, and return those energies to the light and know it's transformed back to beauty and light and integrity and all that it's meant to be. That's what we're here to do. We're transformers. And we're doing it hand in hand. So, it's a beautiful thing to see us all coming together, to see us all joining and really creating the heavenly realms. And even though it is, on the outside seemingly different than our inner knowing, again, the physical plane and the spiritual plane are meeting. And that's the transformation that's taking place. And that meeting point is God. And that's where we're at right now. We are the above and the below, the past, the future has all now met on the physical plane of existence. The physical plane of existence is God. and or Gaia, Prime Creator, whatever you want to call it. And so we're morphing it to that, because it's all been brought back to 0 point together. And that's a beautiful thing. So, we just got to really allow the old to fall away. We have to really focus on that which we know, which we have created in here, so it can physically manifest before our eyes on the physical plane of existence. So, hi, beautiful. How you doing, Jean? So, big hugs and blessings, sweethearts. Reach out. No, you're not alone. And yes, it's intense moments of emotions and intense moments of bliss. But truly, if you really step back and observe and be the observer and the observed, you can really see where it's really just doing its intimate, sacred dance of union. The right and the left brain. The above and the below, to manifest it in the most peaceful, magnificent, beautiful, harmonic, physical plane existence for each of us. And so, just dance through it, breathe, ground, and know it's all morphing rapidly. And that's a beautiful thing. And this eclipse is going to help us with that. So know that you're already feeling the eclipse energies. You're going to really start feeling the full moon energies here in the next couple days. You can connect into them right now if you like. We can connect into anything at any time. It's all right now. And so, the more you can stay in this moment, in this present moment, and really pamper you through this, and really focus on empowering yourself, your true self, into the personality of your vessel, because really that's the union you're going through right now. You're letting one aspect, fall away from you, that old programming, as you fully embrace yourself. And good morning, Marlene. Big hugs and blessings, beautiful. And so no, reach out. We're here for each other, and we're not alone. I love you guys. Have a great Friday, a great weekend, and dance. Because we're here. It's our liberation. So dance. I love you. Bye-bye, guys.